Last time, we talked about the 5 best players to use in the Inazuma 11 2 story. Today, we're talking about the post-game. Let's do this, TXM style. What's up everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're continuing our series of talking about the best players to use in your Inazuma 11 games. Today, we're talking about Inazuma 11 2 again, and today we're focusing primarily on the post-game. Yet again, I have worked with ShadowAK, link in the description, to produce this list for you guys of the best players to use in your Inazuma 11 2 post-game adventures. Whether it's the competition routes, prominence, chaos, diamond dust, the forest team, whatever it is, these are the best players to be adding to your team. Or even if you just want to beat up your friends, or maybe you don't have any friends, and you're just going to beat up random strangers who happen to play Inazuma 11 and local multiplayer with you. Do whatever you want with your free time, I don't care. Honorable mention. Literally quite a few Fuji Forest Scouts. There's some good ones in there. Walter Trope, Guile Crockett, Joe Chugger, Lacey Threader, Alan Sumner, and George Winters. George, I don't know why my mind just blanked and went, oh, his name's just George. No, George Winters. They're good players, they're versatile, but they're not quite good enough to punch into the top 5. They lack that special extra punch they may need. And also, other honorable mention, just literally any user with Charm Up. It's a very good skill. We talked about it in the last one. It's a very good skill. It makes you it makes essentially girls stronger against guys, and there's a lot more guys than there are girls. So it's generally very, very strong. Feminism. With number 5, let's talk goalkeepers. We have Joseph King, Isla Pullens, just had to a brain fart trying to think how to pronounce that name, and Ted Autumn. Ted Autumn is the best one out of these 3. But he's hard to get. He's in the bottom right corner of the connection map. That's pretty tricky to get your way to. So if you want to scout the entire connection map, then you will get Ted Autumn. And it's worth it. He is a brilliant goalkeeper. Then only number 5 because Darren exists, and Mugen the Hand Darren is pretty darn good. But with that being said, the rest of these goalkeepers are definitely worth adding to your team if you want to just vary it up a little. I know I always like to have a different kind of goalkeeper. So add them. Joseph King, Isla Pullens, or Ted Autumn. The choice is yours. Did you know that you can get Thor Stoutberg in Inazuma 11 2? Probably, but did you know he's also really, really good? Him and Chops Denton are our number 4 picks. The difference between these two is that Denton has Dash Accelerator and is Fire, while Thor is Air Element. But with that being said, the two of them are really good. They have really good block and shots, but at the same time, they also have this little thing called Big Moves, which is really good. It makes you a lot stronger. Your moves cost more TP, but generally, it's worth the trade. So all you need to do for these guys is give them a strong dribble, and then they're bloody offensive powerhouses. Definitely worth using. With number 3, we have a bit of an all-star roster of players to add to your team. Aphrodite, Bellatrix, Torch, Gazelle, and Hidoshi Nakata. Now, with that being said, obviously look at them and go, yeah, they're probably worth adding to any of your teams. They are really good players. They're obviously really good dribblers is the main thing. For instance, you have stuff like Heaven's Time, Gale Dash, I think it is, that Nakata has. You have some good dribble moves on these guys, and dribblers are generally pretty hard to come by. So these are some really, really powerful dribblers for your team. Torch can use Fire Blizzard 4 times when you've trained his TP. Just a random fact for you. Just a random fact to look at and go, okie dokie, pretty good stuff. However, they do lack blocking moves, and they are really hard to recruit, hence why they're only at number 3. But seriously, any of these players are probably worth having on your team. They're offensive powerhouses. Pretty hard to recruit. Yeah, Nakata, he's only pretty hard to recruit. He's definitely not, basically impossible to recruit. Number 2 is Zeen. Of course it's Zeen. Obviously Zeen was going to be on this list. The main villain, the main player villain of the game. He is very good. Did you know you can get him before Dark Emperors? Maybe do that in your next Inazuma 11 2 playthrough. But he has some solid strengths on him. He can partner up with Mark to use the Earth. Obviously Mark is the one using the Earth. But Zeen can be a partner for that. He has Supernova, which is pretty good shot. And he has a pretty cheap and decent block. I'm pretty sure it's Photon Crash. Yeah, I'm right. It is Photon Crash. The only problem with Zeen is that well, he levels up slow, and Southern Cross, which is his dribble move, kind of ruins him. It costs a lot for him to use, and kind of burns through his TP. But you don't really need to use it, I guess. You can just kind of put Zeen at the front of your party, and he just clicks Supernova and win. He's pretty good. Makes for a very, very good striker. And the best player in Inazuma 11-2's postgame, and Inazuma 11-2 in general, is Isa. Isa can play in any position. They have Charm Up, the best skill in the game, Frozen Steel, Aurora Dribble, and Northern Impact. How do you beat that moveset? An amazing block, amazing dribble, amazing shot with Charm Up. Obviously, the problem with Isa is that she's very hard to get because of you have to beat, like, I'm assuming you have to beat Chaos. I'm not entirely 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure you have to beat Chaos, which is pretty difficult to do. But aside from that, she's very good. She's absolutely worth it, and by a mile the best player in the game. And it goes to show, Charm Up is pretty darn strong. Thank you again to ShadowAK for providing all the information in today's video, and I'll make sure to see you guys in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and see you then. Bye!